pleasure to meet you, man. You know. Likewise, my friend. Welcome in these crazy times. See, you brought a carpet. Well done. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Ah, look at how weak and frail that Ginger is. I'm just going to start doing the things from where I can see. Regardless of where you are, I'm just going to...
Look straight up at the camera.
Step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning. Welcome to it. Take a deep breath of fresh air. Because we are going to focus on what gives us that fresh air. It's our gardens, it's the greenery, it's World Garden Day, and it is going to take over our show. I hope you have green fingers like me, or maybe lockdown gave you green fingers, spending more time at home. But most of the year we plant, we water, we seed, and we mulch our way. But of course, Garden Day is all about being a time to reap the rewards of our labor. And Garden Day is all about downing the tools and celebrating the fruits of our labor and just appreciating how beautiful our garden spaces are. And we're going to be doing exactly that this morning, from learning about being a plant parent, because not all of us are getting it right, to finding the perfect tunes to work out to in your garden, because what's the point of having that beautiful green space if you can't utilize it? So today is going to be revitalizing, and it's going to be beautiful, just like the person sitting to my left, who is resplendent and shining like spring day has just sprung. Look at that gorgeous wreath. Sure.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mzansi. I feel like I'm blossoming this morning because of this flower crown. It is World Garden Day, and my name is Jamie Domberg, reporting live for duty on this Friday. Happy Friday to all of you. You get to sit at our table today. It is beautiful, very outdoor inspired. And of course, we want to be inspired by you this morning. That's why we're asking you on social media to share photos of your garden. It is time for you to brag, yes, because Every time you come around a plant mom, they will let you know that they are a plant mom. So we want to see those pictures. We want you to connect with us on social media. That is on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, even on WhatsApp. We want to see all of those pictures. And who knows, we might just give you a young feature here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to be making flower crowns, inspiring you to blossom and look absolutely beautiful for World Garden Day. But of course, we have to get started with those official duties of the show. Zoe Brown is standing ready with those news headlines.
Thank you, Jamie. I'll start with national headlines. Members of the Special Task Force stormed the St. George's Conference Centre in Irene, Pretoria last night to rescue Defence Minister Thandi Modise, her deputy Tabang Makwetla, and the Minister in the Presidency, Mondli Gungubele, after they were held hostage by disgruntled military veterans. Police spokesperson Brigadier Vishnaidu said 56 people were arrested and 3 were injured. The veterans blocked the entrance to the hotel as the officials attempted to leave. Their actions were allegedly because the meeting wasn't proceeding as planned and their grievances not addressed. And staying with local news, the Western Cape government has announced an outbreak of avian flu amongst seabirds in the western and southern parts of the province. The suspected outbreak of avian influenza is amongst wild seabirds in the Berg River municipality on the west coast, as well as the Walker Bay area in the Overberg. The public has been warned not to touch any of the seabirds. Veterinarians are on the scene assisting, and officials are following advice provided by veterinary services in terms of how to manage the sick birds. We now move to news beyond our own borders. Ghana's Navy has foiled an attack on a fishing vessel in the Gulf of Guinea. This happened some 170 kilometers from the Ghanaian coast, then when pirates in 2 speedboats attempted to board a tuna fishing boat. The Navy patrol successfully intervened. There were no casualties. Ghana's Navy recently doubled its patrols to deal with a growing number of pirate attacks, as the Gulf of Guinea is considered one of the most dangerous places in the world when it comes to piracy. And Microsoft is shutting down its social network LinkedIn in China, saying that having to comply with the Chinese state has become increasingly challenging. This after the career networking site faced questions for blocking the profiles of some journalists. LinkedIn will launch a jobs-only version of the site called InJobs later this year. LinkedIn Senior Vice President Mohak Shroff said LinkedIn would continue to have a strong presence in China to drive its new strategy, and was excited to launch the new InJobs app later this year. And next, an abandoned airport turned into a sensory experience park. An abandoned airport in Taiwan has been chosen as the stage for an exciting project in landscape architecture, blending green spaces with sensory experiences to create a refuge in one of the island's largest and most crowded cities. The project has bagged the prestigious Landazine International Landscape Award in the Public Project category. Phase Shift Park in Taixing will include 200 different plant species and 10,000 trees to shade residents from humidity. But the real spectacle will be 12 urban landscape installations corresponding with the philosopher Rudolf Steiner's principle of the 12 senses. The trees were chosen to offer maximum shade and are built alongside winding lanes going through unique installations that play on Steiner's senses of speech, taste, hearing, equilibrium, thinking, vision, movement, ego, touch, warmth, smell, and life. Then there's a lake designed specifically to create lifelike echoes, and a field of flowers cultivated to envelope it with an intoxicating curtain of perfume. Now, the Phase Shift Park will do as much to bring tourists to the city as offer shelter, fresh air, and a play space for local residents. Well, that's where I leave your morning headlines for now. Let's take a first look at your sport with Graham.
Thank you so much. So, well, the international windows are all coming to a close, which means local football back on offer in Cape Town City. Kick off the weekend's local football action when they travel to newcomers Sekhukhune United tomorrow. City have just one win from 5 games so far, while their opponents are 2 places and 2 points above them on the table. Then Kaizer Chiefs, they start their match against Chippa United in 12th place on the log in a match that will see Gavin Hunt face his former employers. Then SuperSport, they can move to within 1 point of league leaders Mamelodi Sundowns. That's if they get the win against Baroka. Swallows, they'll be hosting Stellenbosch in their only game on Sunday. A little further afield in the Premier League, Man United travel to Leicester in the pick of the weekend's Premier League action. United will be looking to extend their unbeaten away record in the league to 30 matches now. The Foxes, meanwhile, have underperformed in the opening stages of the season, undoubtedly, with just 2 victories so far. Second place Liverpool, they're away to Watford, who will have Claudio Ranieri in the dugout for the first time since he joined the club earlier this month. What a powerhouse man to have in the position. The Man City are at home to Burnley, a team they have beaten 4 times in a row at home. So I think we can expect a certain result there. And then league leaders Chelsea, they'll travel to Brentford. But on Sunday, Arsenal, Spurs and Everton will all be in action. Then on to rugby. These South African franchises will be hoping to build on the turnaround and a positive weekend last weekend after 3 of the 4 teams were unbeaten. So the Stormers and Lions, they're in action tonight as they take on the Dragons and Ulster, respectively. The Cape side drew 20-all against Edinburgh, while even from Royan's side, they were the only SA team to lose last time out, going down 13-9 in a tight one against the Warriors. Then the Bulls, they've got the experience of Morné Steyn to lean on after he joined up with the team this week. They face Edinburgh, while the Sharks, they'll be taking on Cardiff. Then on to cricket. 3-time champions, the Chennai Super Kings, have definitely been the team to beat at this year's IPL tournament. They were the first to qualify, in fact, for the final. In Kolkata, meanwhile, they resumed the tournament 7th out of 8 teams, but they've gone on to win 5 out of 6 matches to book a spot in the playoffs, amazingly. And they've made it to the showpiece with a last-gasp win against the Delhi Capitals. The match will also put MS Dhoni against Owen Morgan, who between them have won pretty much everything. Morgan leading England to victory in the 2019 50-over World Cup, and Dhoni oversaw India's T20 World Cup win in 2007, and then again their 50-over triumph just 4 years later. So expect the fireworks, and that's where we leave our sport for just the moment. We're going to delve into some of the weekend sporting highlights that you will need to be looking out for in just a moment, but right now let's get a global weather perspective.
Thank you so much, Dee, for that sports update. And of course, at a time when global warming and climate change are factors that just can't be ignored, city planners are becoming increasingly conscious of the choices that impact the environment and the ecosystem. In a tropical country where over 80% of residents live in public housing and air conditioning is a way of life, a government commitment to sustainable urban design could have huge implications. In view of this, Singapore is building the 42,000-home eco-smart town of Tenga. The development is being dubbed a forest town due to its abundant greenery and public gardens. A half-kilometre wide ecological corridor will be maintained through its centre, providing safe passage to wildlife, as well as connecting a water catchment area on one side to a nature reserve on the other. It will also have centralised cooling, automated trash collection, and a car-free town centre. Sign me up for this place. But of course, next we move from innovative city planning to some of the stunning sunrise shots shared on the Expresso Facebook page. And starting us off this morning is longtime fan of the show, Gary Outcome from East London, who shared this beautiful golden sunrise with us overlooking his area. We absolutely love seeing it. And then, of course, we love a peaceful view of the ocean. And Karen Somerville shared this partly cloudy morning shot overlooking the ocean as the day begins, setting us up for this Friday morning. But let me get you started with the temperatures for today. For you, Polokwane, your low is 16 and it will peak at 32. If you do find yourself in Umbumbela, do expect a range of 18 to 32. Pretoria, for you, it is a minimum of 18 and it will peak at 33. And for you, Johannesburg, your minimum is 17 with a maximum of 30. Sunshine is also coming your way, Mahikeng, ranging from 18 to 36. And for you, Klerksdorp, it is a minimum of 16 that will also peak at 36. Kimberley, 11:34. Bloemfontein, for you, it is 12:34, as well as Richards Bay can be seen with a minimum of 21. That will be a maximum of 33 on this Friday. Pietermaritzburg, 15-33. South Africa's playground at Durban ranges from 20 to 24 today. Mthatha do expect partly cloudy conditions that will range from 13 to 27. East London for you, it is 14-21. Craddock, 9-31. And if you do find yourself in Gqeberha today, do expect a low of 13 and a high of 21. George, partly cloudy conditions as well for you with a range of 9 to 19. The mother city, Cape Town, can expect a low of 10. That will peak at 18 with a 25% chance of rain today. Worcester, rain is also coming your way with a low of 6 and a high of 19. Sutherland, 0-14. And then last but definitely not least, Uppington ranges from 9 to 28. But that is where I leave your weather. You're on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
All right, it smells so good in here, and there's one reason, this lovely lady over here, and we're about to do some fragrance combinations that I think is going to be fantastic for you to try this weekend. So take me through the process, Zoe. You've got a very unique scent normally, but now, of course, we can accentuate it with some of these amazing perfumes.
Well, you know what? I've got a tip for you.
Yeah.
When I need some, a little bit of inspiration or a little bit of mood lifting, I simply just apply some of my favorite fragrances, and I have a few here which I'm very excited to share with you. And a little tip that I also do is, especially if I'm going on a date and the guy's taller than me, I spritz a little bit on the top of my head, and then they can smell it. Yeah, so...
on the top of it, you see, if you want to avoid that, just date short guys. Just an idea.
You don't want to waste perfume.
Well, that's exactly. So, yes.
Well, if you ever go on a date with a taller woman, you can spray some on the top. But okay, so let's start off with one of my absolute favorites. It's this Elie Saab Eau de Parfum.
I love that.
And you know what? This is a classic. It is, it's radiant. It is voluptuous. It is addictive. I mean, that's the fragrance you're smelling in studio right now. It reminds me of orange blossoms wrapped in, that beautiful little pockets, and it's beautiful. Yes. So this fragrance, it has elegance written all over it. My bestie, this was her wedding fragrance. And then, of course, I also have this one here from the Wanderlust Eau Fresh by Michael Kors.
Ooh.
It is more of a youthful blend of vibrant citrus, appealing florals, and also it literally smells like warmth of the woods. It is
warmth
amazing.
of the woods.
There we go.
Sure.
And this is a perfect for a summer afternoon if you're meeting your friends for a little soiree. Really a great one heading into summer. Okay. And then the Omnia. This is the crystalline Eau de Toilette by Bulgari, and it captures the transparency of the lotus flowers. It's got a fruity freshness to it, and also it has the creaminess of the balsa wood, which is wonderful.
Sure.
So some really great fragrances, a little bit of something for everyone. My absolute favorite is Elie Saab. I do like that elegant
I love it too. It's one of my favorites too.
So I'm gonna just spritz a little bit more.
Well, I mean, you can spritz while you do that. I mean, you can get your confidence back by investing in a very good fragrance. You can even spray it in your head. W Rewards member exclusive. You get 10% off any Hugo Boss. You got Elie Saab. You've got Amaze. You've got Mugler. You've got Michael Kors. You've got Bulgari. All those fragrances plus a further 5% off when you pay with your Woolies card. It smells so good in here. T's and C's apply. This offer is valid until 24 October 2021. Shop it in-store, online, and on the app, and even on your head.
Woolworths brings you the beauty brands you love. From the icons you swear by to local favorites. From clean beauty to coveted fragrances. Your most loved beauty brands. Edited for you.
Got the look? Brilliant. Now you can keep it, as Wall SA offers you the chance to win one of 10 Wall limited edition 18-karat gold-plated trimmer hampers to the value of 3,800 Rand each. To enter, reply to the daily competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter or Instagram pages, answer the question, and include the hashtag #WinWithWall in your answer. Competition closes Friday the 15th of October. Terms and conditions on expressoshow.com.
You can do anything. All you need is determination. And a fresh pair of these, Nallis. But what's the point of looking like Injeke if your dreams go up in flames? In this world of doing it for a gram, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are live with Expresso. Let's talk about sport, baby. The Premier League is back after the international break with some mouth-watering clashes to look forward to, including Man United up against an underperforming Leicester, a wounded beast, if you will. Then, of course, with the T20 World Cup starting on Sunday, we also preview South Africa's chances in the tournament with sports journalist Mahlatse Mpahlele and sports fan. He's a gunner for the Gunners, Gift Klou. Gentlemen, a very good morning. Welcome to both of you. I don't know, Gift, if you're a fan of cricket, of T20 cricket. I know football's your vibe. So I'm going to start with Mahlatse here. The T20 World Cup is finally upon us. And you've got to be feeling good from a South African perspective before we get into a pretty tough group. I mean, we've won 3 series, T20 series, in the build-up to this. We seem to have found a good balance in the batting and the bowling. I mean, we've got the #1 T20 bowler, shortest format bowler in the world, in Tobias Shamsi. How are you feeling about our chances in the World Cup, my friend?
Good morning, Graham, and good morning to the other guests, and thank you very much for having me. You're right, we won 2 series against Ireland and the West Indies recently. The team looks to be currently in a good space, but as you know that in a tournament it's always difficult. A little bit of a worry I have is that over the past few weeks the guys have been idle. They left recently to go to the UAE when they were in quarantine. They only started training this week. I hope that by the time the tournament starts, they will have been able to work on everything that they needed to. But also, I hope that some of our guys who have been playing in the IPL will come back will come to the Proteas camp and give the guys some valuable knowledge in terms of conditions and how the tournament is going to be played. But looking from a distance, we're looking good. It's not going to be an easy tournament. Some of the teams that we are in the group are very, very difficult, experienced players who have played a lot of IPL and T20 tournament. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting how it goes, and I hope that our guys this time finally get it right and bring the trophy home.
I suppose Australia especially, they've got it right with the Big Bash. Obviously, a lot of their stars plying their trade in the IPL as well. When you talk about us falling down in the big tournaments, often it's against England or Australia, and of course the baggy greens, the 3 lions in our group. How scared are you of our group? Are we calling this a group of death?
You can call it like that. I mean, Australia, you can imagine if we lose that match, that opening match against Australia, already there will be massive pressure on us. We have got England, they've always given us problems, whether in a major tournament or in a series. It's always fireworks when we play against England because, sporting-wise, the 2 countries, we don't like each other. And you have got the West Indies. We beat them away from home in the Caribbean, but West Indies, they always turn up in limited overs, tournaments. They've got, some of their players, in fact, almost the entire team that is there in the World Cup was playing in the IPL. So they will go into this tournament with enough match practice, which is something that we don't have. Most of our guys were in the IPL. Some of them didn't even play. I think it was only, maybe Nokia and KG and Aiden Makram who played. And Aiden Makram, I can say now that I think he's one of the guys who, if he clicks in this tournament, he can help us together with guys like, Kagiso Rabada, guys like Quinton de Kock, guys like Andre Nokia. But also, what is going to be important is going to be how the conditions plays out. Because from what I've seen so far, most venues conditions play out differently. You go to one venue, is more, spinners friendly. You go to the other venue, it's something else. So
I think from an organizer's perspective, they've gotten it right.
That they assess conditions properly.
I absolutely love it. Really excited. That kicks off this Sunday. Let's turn very quickly to the Premier League, back in action after the international break. Gift, I'm going to start with you this time round. How are you feeling about Arsenal now that we're a few weeks into the campaign? Obviously a very shaky start, but seemingly finding your feet now.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a shaky start from the Gunners, something that we weren't anticipating as spectators of the club. Really disappointed with how the first games turned out in the league. But I feel that Michael Arteta and the management have managed to instill some sort of confidence in the boys. It was evident in their previous few games. And now we hope that Arsenal, leading into this weekend's fixtures, they really pick up from where they left off. Actually, I understand that they're not in action this weekend and they're in action only on Monday against Crystal Palace, which will be a difficult encounter. We've seen them losing to Norwich City, so the boys definitely know not to take any team lightly, especially in the English Premier League, so they have to do what it takes to get the results.
Yep, and they need it. I know it's still early days in the season, but this is where the marker is laid down and a lot of pressure on the coaches. Mtlatsi, I'm going to throw this last question to you. Obviously, Man United up against Leicester in the pick of the weekend fixtures for me. Ronaldo starting off the bench, which took a lot of criticism in the last outing. How important is he to Man United now, and how are you feeling about United's chances of chasing this title?
Yeah, I think, Ronaldo, wherever he goes, I mean, he remains a big player. I think for Manchester United now, the key thing is how are they going to use him this season, because we have to find a system which would allow him to thrive, find partners, find a system that will allow him to do well. So far, it has been an iffy start for him, but I think as the season goes, he starts finding his feet. He starts finding, the combinations with other players, some of whom he has never played with them before. He will click, and this Manchester United side may be a big problem. And, I see them chasing the likes of City, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Chelsea, and to a lesser extent, maybe Everton,
firepower.
who are up there.
Mtlatsi, thank you so much. We're going to have to leave it there, gentlemen. Gift, I'm going to be hopefully chatting to you on Monday, and we will hopefully be talking about a successful run for both of our teams this weekend. Mtlatsi, Gift, you are legends. Enjoy the best job in the world, just watching sport all weekend. But of course, we've got to get warmed up. So I would say before you head out for your garden training session, do a little training inside with us.
Yes, indeed. With the mercury rising and summer pretty much on its way, why not move that home workout you were doing from the lounge or bedroom to the garden? Now, the extra space will allow you to have a greater range of motion in your exercises, while studies have shown that physical activity outdoors lowers a person's blood pressure and heart rate. Now, fitness trainee Masi shows us some of the best exercises to do outdoors in celebration of World Garden Day. If you didn't get the memo, this is why we're wearing the flower crowns. Masi, how are you doing?
I'm all good, Jamie. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. You didn't get the memo.
No.
Where's your flower crown?
I missed it out.
It's okay. It's okay, because you are encouraging us to go outdoors,
yes,
work outdoors, which is so many great benefits. I mean, just for me personally, going out on a hike, there's always something so refreshing after just being outside with nature.
It's always good. You want to refresh yourself. You want to, get back to always the restart. It's all about the restart. Get yourself back together, and then hit the ground again. Restarting,
resetting for this Friday. How are we ending off this week? Because, I mean, we've been working this week.
Yes.
And this is a way to just cool down, calm down after this hectic week. So let's get straight into it.
So, Jamie, today we just want to be mobile, You want to twist, you want to be dynamic. Take it easy. Okay?
In the garden. Taking it easy in the garden.
All right. So now we're going to start with a nice squat. And I want that twist. Just take it nice with a nice twist.
It was leg day yesterday,
yes,
so I am feeling the burn today, but we're going to get through this together, Masi.
Nice and twist.
Boom. Bring it down.
Give me a nice 4 more.
1, 2.
The last two.
You can do it. 3. Hopefully you are at home. You've moved the kitchen table. You've moved everything.
Yes.
And you're working with us this morning, Mzansi.
So we take it nice and low down. Get it right from here. You still want to keep this twist. So I want you to take that nice hand, twist it out, bring it back down. So nice and twist. Just think that you're in the forest, You wanna twist it there. You wanna listen to the birds. There we go.
I feel like my allergies are playing up today because of all the flowers. So if I sneeze during a workout, forgive me.
The last two.
Here we go. One. Finish off strong.
And the last one.
And the last one.
All right.
How that flow?
Bring it back up to a nice lunge position. So I want you to lunge forward and twist. You know, usually I always tell people just do reverse lunges, just to mind your knees, because we always hurt ourselves when moving forward. But today, let's do the forward lunge.
Okay, so be conscious about how you place
yes.
your feet.
Okay. Nice 90 degrees. You still want to see your toes. When you get to that position, Jamie,
yes.
I want you to twist. Right.
Twist away. Okay.
Yes.
Find my balance. Let's try this again.
There we go.
So forward,
and
twist away.
And you bring it back.
Push it up.
You change.
Got it.
Boom. You twist.
Am I doing a full twist around or just a slight?
A nice slight twist. So that you want to, your twist rotation, so you just want to feel it there.
Okay, so it will help you with the core?
Yes.
There we go.
Let's go.
It's all about engaging that core.
There we go.
Push it back up.
Bring it up. Boom. Twist.
And you said this is very mobile. You can do it anywhere. But just the beauty of being able to do it outdoors on a day like today, the weather's nice and cool. If you are in Cape Town, it is stunning weather to do this outside.
And the last one, Jamie.
Oh, okay. Last one?
Okay, last one on the floor. All right, this is the nice mobility for your back as well. Just you want to strengthen your back without using weights, without anything. So we go on the floor.
If you did want to use weights, you could use your pot plants.
Yes. All right, so right from here, so I want you to push your arms nice and forward, right? Bring it into that YW and take it to a handcuff position and relax it again. Okay, you start again?
I'm not following. What are we doing here?
So it's YW handcuff.
Okay, got it.
So you want to squeeze your back all the time.
Got it. So
are we good?
Yes.
Let's go.
YW handcuff.
Let's go.
Why do I have to do this?
Yes.
Because we are moving for World Garden Day. What? Last one, finish off strong. YW handcuff. Mercy, that was good. I love that. Even though you didn't get the flower crown, it's okay. We forgive you.
Next time.
But of course, hopefully you enjoyed this workout for our World Garden Day. We're being inspired by the outdoors. We're being inspired by the nature and getting that heart moving here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to it, your Feel Good Breakfast Show, this beautiful SA Garden Day. It's all about celebrating our gardens today, the flowers, the plants, the pot plants, whatever it is. Down your tools, wear a flower crown, and maybe that's, if you're into that. And celebrate your green space on Sunday, the 17th of October. We're talking about Garden Day SA, and of course, it's a movement that's really seen people all over the country being united by a love for plants, and I really have fallen in love with plants, and really reconnecting with nature in the most incredible way, in ways that we've not done before. Now, the organizer of Garden Day SA, Clarice Kutsia, joins us this morning in studio here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show to tell us all about it. Clarice. How you doing? You look stunning.
Thank you very much.
You look so good. I love it. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, I'm wearing my flower crown.
I wish I had one.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
It's fine. I'm going to go...
It's okay. You get one.
Piece one together.
Mine's built in. That's it. So it's fine.
It's a built-in flower crown. I mean? They're permanent.
But you know that Garden Day is in its 6th year, and I wanted to find out a bit more about how it's just kind of grown and grown, because, apparently during the pandemic, gardening was a thing. People were out in their gardens because that's the only escape they had. In fact, they would call it entertainment when they go into their garden. So tell me more about how the Garden Day SA has grown.
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, we haven't had the opportunity to see our family or friends for so long, so the only thing we could really connect to was our greenery.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, so this year we're just seeing so many more people who are gearing up for Garden Day because we've won so many new gardeners.
Yep.
Plant parents, I mean, the rise of the plant parent is such a phenomenon at the moment. Everybody is calling themselves a gardener because they're a plant mum or plant dad. Me, myself.
I've become plant dad, co-dad. So, I mean, because my partner lives in Durban and has now gotten plants, I'm a distant
You're a distant plant dad.
Yes.
And I mean, we talk to our plants, right? And they're our babies, and that's our garden. So we often say it doesn't matter if you have a balcony or if you're surrounded by your house plants. We're all now gardeners, and we're all going to be celebrating on Sunday, hopefully, these things that we keep alive.
Well, a 2020 global survey, Global Data listed that one, and they listed gardening as the second most popular lockdown hobby. I mean, it really came out right at the top. How does this speak to the hunger for nature and really people wanting to just get into it, connect with nature, and really just feel beautiful and make their gardens beautiful too?
Yes, well, I mean, again, we couldn't go anywhere for so long. We were stuck at home, so we all tended to our plants. And now we have these beautiful babies, indoors or outdoors, blooming and looking fabulous. And it's so therapeutic. I don't know if you are gardener. Well, you've just said you're a distant plant dad.
But got them in potted plants. I wouldn't call it quite gardening, but we've got an appreciation for it.
Yes, and I mean, it's just so therapeutic, and it's great for mental health and all the organisms in the soil if you put your hands into the soil. So it's really good for you, and it's a way to release stress. And so many people has tended to it during the past few months as an escapism,
true.
And a way to connect to nature. And we couldn't connect with people, so we connected to nature.
I suppose also connect with each other, because if Carl and I lived together and we had a garden, we could connect in that way and just spend time gardening.
Yeah, and I mean, like the thing with plant swaps. I don't know if you're aware of plant swaps, but that's the thing where if you're, it's an inexpensive activity, gardening. It doesn't have to cost you that much money. Okay. You can get cuttings from your friend and take a little piece of cutting and plant it and grow it, and then you have a garden. You don't even have to go and spend anything, and you're a gardener.
It's going to be a beautiful day on Sunday. Just a couple of ideas, just for anybody to try and celebrate Garden Day in their own little way. Give us just a couple of quick ideas that we can use to kind of make it special this year.
Yeah, sure. So we have a website, gardenday.co.za, where we list a whole range of activities. So we've done a survey on Instagram. So obviously that's how we connect with our fans, and we asked them what they will be doing. So I'm going to tell you what they've said. And it seems like there's a whole bunch of people who will be out having a picnic. I spoke to Zoe earlier. She also said she's having a picnic at Kirstenbosch.
Yes.
We are hearing about a lot of people planning houseplant parties. We're all plant parents, so we're going to have houseplant parties happening. You can have a glass of wine or a cup of tea or a sunset soiree. We've got a Spotify channel this year that we've collaborated with a few people that created beautiful playlists for us. So you can put on the music, you can just dance with your plants, you can play with your kids, like anything, as long as you don't work. That's all we ask.
I
Don't
love
work
it.
in your garden.
And this really does speak to the fact that the culture of gardening and of planting has grown in the most magnificent way, which is beautiful. I haven't received an invite at all from any of these people hosting parties at their houses for
Come to
gardening, but hopefully this has inspired you to really reach out to your neighbors, your relatives, your friends, your cousins, whoever. Get them all involved in gardening during this time. Later on, we're going to be speaking to some plant parents like myself, you know, because we've got something in common. And we're going to be telling us about their love for plants, but also for music as well. We'll see you in a bit.
Well, I'm very excited for Garden Day, and of course, the great thing about having green fingers for a garden is that you actually get to enjoy some of the produce when it's ready to be harvested. So make the most of your fresh produce gardens by turning it into a delicious meal, and that's why we have Michaela in studio. She's going to inspire us today with a basil pesto and pea pasta salad, which is perfect for this Garden Day. In fact, for any summer's lunch, summer dinner, like this is the perfect meal you can enjoy throughout.
And
summer.
it's kind of healthy.
It's kind of healthy. I love how you're saying that.
Kind of healthy. There's carbs, there's cheese, lots of cheese.
Lots of cheese.
Yeah.
But you know what? A bit of carbs, it's all in moderation for me. You know, as a runner, you need to stock up on some carbs. If you do the cardio, you know, carbs it's fuel.
I mean, I live off carbs. I'm Asian, I eat a lot of rice.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So how are we going to start off with our pasta today?
I need a little glug of oil.
Just a third log. There we go.
And you need the rest.
Thank you, because I'm going to be making the pesto. Can I confess, I've never made a pesto before, so I'm quite excited for this, how easy this recipe is.
And we've kind of made it a little bit more cost effective, because usually for pesto you use pine nuts, and they're ridiculously expensive.
They are pricey.
Like 120 rand for like...
a teeny tiny bit, but we are going to be using some cashews.
And it makes it creamier.
Okay, so I'm adding our cashews to some of our basil. Do you have green fingers?
I do.
You do?
Yeah. I have an excessive amount of plants.
And in terms of your herbs, is that something you...
Herbs are no one's friend.
For some reason...
growing herbs, they don't survive.
In your house?
In any household.
Well, I have to say, I once started my own herb garden, and the only thing that survived was the mint, and it just grew like wildfire. So
did you try basil? Because no one can survive a basil.
No, I haven't. I haven't tried the basil, but the mint made fun mojito. So I'm adding some garlic. I'm going to add all of our oil.
Yes, and then you have a lemon over there, so just zest it before you slice it. I'm just cutting up some baby tomatoes, which we're gonna give a quick fry. Ooh, fry. Sorry.
Don't worry.
No one saw that.
So the chefs always make the zesting part look so easy.
It depends on the angle, though. Do you go down or up?
I don't know what. I'm just going both directions.
Oh, isn't it just a?
That would help, eh?
Yeah.
It's all in the.
It's all in the wrist, man.
It's always all in the wrist. Okay, so I'm adding a little bit of lemon.
Yes.
There we go.
And then just give the back a scrape, because that's where it all gets stuck.
Okay, fantastic. Now everything's on the counter, but that's okay.
There we go. Just give that a quick fry.
So, what are your plans for Garden Day?
Probably just look at my plant babies. No, kidding. I did get some new plants. I'll have to repot them. And I found out that there is a whole bunch of botanical gardens that are open for free, so I'm totes going to do that. My favorite one, Stellenbosch Botanical Gardens.
That used to be one of my favorites. I was a student at Stellenbosch, so that was always a nice little, like, you know, if you just want to get out and just take a little walk, that is a beautiful spot to do that. Okay, so I'm going to blitz this up.
Yes. Go for gold. Oh, wait. We didn't add the lemon juice.
I'll add some lemon. I thought we just needed the zest.
And some juice, too.
And a little bit of juice. Okay.
Okay, so the tomatoes obviously cook a lot slower than the peas. We already have some peas. You could just eat these raw. So you just want to give these a go until they're a little bit golden in color. And we've just added a bit of salt.
There we go.
Nice.
Is that enough lemon juice?
Definitely. And now you can give it a good old blitz.
There we go. I can't believe this is my first time making pesto.
It's going to be great.
And it's one of those handy things to have, especially if you're entertaining.
Yes.
You just want a nice little, like, dip. Fantastic.
Nice.
Look at that.
Nice. That looks super creamy. And I also know traditionally some people add parmesan to their basil pesto, but it does reduce the shelf life because there's dairy in there now.
Okay. So this on its own, how long would you say I can keep this in the fridge?
Probably about 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get good life out of it. So what can we do now? Because we are...
Okay, so now we're adding
our pesto.
There we go.
Homemade pesto. I love how quick and easy this recipe is. We're adding our peas and our tomatoes.
And we throw it all together.
Look at that.
I know. And would you like to crumble some feta for us?
I would gladly do that. Of course, if you want to get your hands on this delicious basil feta, basil pesto and pea pasta, we do have it available for you on our website. That is expressoshow.com. We are serving it with a bit of feta crumbled over and a bit of parmesan.
Oh, how good does that smell?
That smells incredible. Oh. And then you just serve it in a beautiful bowl. And what I love here is we've got these cute edible flowers. And that really will just elevate the look when you put it on your table for Garden Day. Oh, fantastic. Michaela, I love being in the kitchen with you. It's my first time, and I'm looking forward to more of our little cooking expeditions. But if you want to get your hands on this delicious recipe, you can find it on our website, expressoshow.com.
Simple as CBD should be.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show on S3. In celebration of World Garden Day, we have plant scientist at Stellenbosch University, Professor Knox Makunga, to chat about healing gardens. Now, healing gardens are generally seen at hospitals or wellness centers to help with stress reduction, maybe relieve certain symptoms, and improve a patient's overall sense of well-being. Lucky for us, these gardens are not limited to healthcare facilities. You can actually recreate the same effect in your own garden at home. Professor, welcome to the show. You're looking absolutely gorgeous this morning.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
I'm so glad there's a science behind this, because for the longest time, Cape Town has been that restorative place for me, because I can go and run on the mountain, be surrounded by green. Even in my own home, I've created this garden because of the healing properties. Now there is a science behind it to back it up. But I've got to ask you, what a plant scientist actually does? Excuse my ignorance, but fill us in on your world.
I'm what I suppose is called a botanist. You know, that's another term for a plant scientist. And particularly, I work with medicinal plants and I research the chemistry of these medicinal plants. I'm also interested in the ecology, how these plants are adapted to their natural environments. And finally, I'm also interested in discovering new medicines from medicinal plants.
So basically you're saving the world, is what you're saying?
One
You're saving
plant
the
at a time.
world, one plant at a time. I love that.
Here's my question. You're a plant scientist, but are you a plant mom as well?
Yes, yes. I definitely do have plants at home, and I also have a really nice garden, and I'm looking forward to Sunday because it will be garden day.
We love it. We love the fact that the country has embraced it. Yes, we highlighted our connection to the green and outdoor spaces during lockdown. It's amazing. Like Sand Parks have recorded some of their highest numbers ever because we want to experience and get out there into nature. But bringing a healing garden into our own space, what is it about a healing garden that makes it exactly that, healing? And how do we go about creating that for ourselves?
You know, plants have this wonderful way of making us feel better. You know, they are able to increase our life, increase our memory, and so including plants that are going to give you this energy that is facilitating your physiology and well-being is very important in a healing garden. And pretty much any plants, I love aromatic plants, so those ones that when you brush past them...
Jasmine. Jasmine for me.
Absolutely.
Oh.
So, you know, that stimulates your senses, and those aromatics actually bind to your brain receptors, and that gives you a sense of calm.
Really?
So it's not just smelling great, but they actually do give you a physiological central nervous system related response of calming. And so I would say some aromatic plants in the garden would be wonderful. Plants that flower at different times of the year, because it is lovely to see those flowers, you know, popping up throughout different times of the year. And I'm crazy about succulents, and the reason for this is that they're easy to take care of, they're water-wise, and also really great for skin-related ailments.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Wow,
yeah,
you
indeed.
went there.
Did you like that, eh?
Professor, I love that you said that it has a bit of a calming healing to you, because there's something about being outdoors in nature and just surrounding yourself with greenery that does give you that sense of calmness. But if you don't have a space outdoors, how can you create that healing garden indoors?
Indoor plants are really trending, and we are all embracing this trend of actually having plants inside. They don't have to be big like monsteras, they can be even small little babies, but any plants inside are really wonderful. I think from herbs to plants that actually bring good energy to the space. And there are some species like snake plants, for example. These are really wonderful. They create clean air. And so indoor gardening is wonderful. Containers, different size containers can work. And I would say variegated plants, plants that have got big leaves, small leaves, one can just
spice
express
it up.
themselves.
I love it. It's for you. One word answer I'm looking for. What plant do you think is going to shape the future? What's the one plant you are most excited about?
I'm most excited about a plant that actually grows all over the world that has an anti-cancer property that I work on. Wow. And so that one, I think, has got huge potential, and it's also wonderful in gardens, and it has medicinal properties as well.
What's it called?
What's the name?
It's called Dodonea, or sand olive, and in Afrikaans it's called Esterhout.
Esterhout. It's going to save the world. I have a feeling you might just save the world. And you are lovely. It's been lovely meeting you. Enjoy celebrating this day that is all about you and what you do, and keep doing the good work that you're doing.
Thank you so much. It's been really lovely.
We're going to take the quickest of breaks while you pop outside quickly and take a deep breath of fresh air in your own green space. More inspiration on the way.
back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso on S3, and I am loving the flower crowns today. It is a Flower Crown Friday. Now, our next guests are no strangers to your Feel Good Breakfast show, although it's been a while since they've been here. It's husband and wife, multi-instrumentalist, folk rock duo, and this is Lawrence and Esty Rabe, professionally known as a Bottomless Coffee Band. Now, they'll be serving us up some of the energizing performances that we need on a Friday morning, but let's first take a sneak peek at what they have to offer.
Ons bou mekaar en breek mekaar deur al die skree net jy. Toe ek jou gevang het jare terug, was ons nog vry. Wat as ons net alles los, ons goed op pak en ry, 'n avontuur gaan soek. Jonk en verlore, nes in die ou dae, nes in die ou dae, jonk en verlore.
Oh, you guys have such a unique sound, and they are joining us now on the couch to talk all things Garden Day this year. Lawrence, Esty, so great to have you here. You know, the last time I spoke to you was actually a year ago for Garden Day, and we were hosting the virtual event. And this year, I get to talk to you in person.
I know, and time flies. Here we are again.
Yes, well, last year during lockdown, we were hosting it virtually. Anyone could have tuned in via Zoom. You guys performed live from your lounge. Your doggos made a little appearance.
Yes.
What are the Garden Day plans this year?
So this Garden Day, we're
actually performing a concert.
We are doing a concert. So I wanted to say, unfortunately, we are doing a concert, but we're so happy that we are.
But we're going to have the morning coffee outside.
We'll have a morning coffee in the garden, as per usual, because that's our thing. So yes, coffee in the garden is all we have time for, but that's good enough.
That is good enough. Oh, I love that. So, you know, for a lot of people that don't know your backstory, I know I have a connection with you. We were in the same res. We are both Saruja girls from Stellenbosch University, but you also met Lawrence at Stellenbosch. I love a love story. How did the connection happen between the two of you?
Yeah, so we were just young and in love students dreaming about actually becoming musicians, but none of us actually studied music. So Esty was a drama student, I studied law, and then I did finance, and then we met one another in the university choir, and then we started making music together, and that kind of just grew. We did a stint in the corporate sector as well, but the love for music was just so strong, and it's been part of us since day one.
Yeah. And it's incredible because you have such a unique sound. You were doing the sound check on your own, and it sounded like an entire band with you because you are multi-instrumentalist that plays everything at once. And I think that needs to be highlighted. How would you describe your sound?
I think the thing that a musician always wants is that you almost can't describe it, so that you are creating something fresh and something new, something that people can't really categorize, because that leaves for being very innovative and actually doing whatever you want, which is the key. So because we play so many instruments, we can really experiment with different genres and different sounds, and we also that's the way we also approached our new album that's coming out in chapters at the moment, is to go, okay, every song must come to life in its own way. So what do we need? What instruments can we use to make it different from the others and to just make it special? So we really can't categorize it, but if we have to, we'll say it's folk pop. Yeah.
If you have to, but you don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
Caffeine infused because we drink a lot of it.
There we go.
So I take it you guys don't have decaf coffee at home?
No.
That'd be a sin.
What a waste of a good coffee bean.
Oh, listen. I don't mind decaf, but as long as it tastes like coffee, that's good. Now, for Garden Day, this coming Sunday, I know that you guys have created your own playlist that anyone can tune into on Spotify. What can we expect in the Bottomless Coffee playlist?
Okay, so we are absolutely for different genres to bring different atmospheres. So we just thought, okay, if you were going to sit in your garden during brunch time, you still have the feeling of the morning where you need to wake up a little bit, but you're also heading into the absolute relaxation of a Sunday afternoon, right? So we were going for that, all the vibes. So we have a few very nice remixes of what's he called, Philip E. Morris, where he did a
old school
Frank
music
Sinatra
that you
remix.
kind of bump up a little bit to give you that kind of energy.
And then just when you think it's getting too chilled, then then we
hit you
threw
again.
in a bit.
The caffeine kicks in.
Absolutely. That's what you need.
So how can we get a hold of that playlist for those who want to
So you literally Google Garden Day playlist, or you can do Bottomless Coffee Band Garden Day, or just Garden Day SA. You'll find it either way.
Oh, well, exciting things. Well, listen, we are obviously getting ready for World Garden Day that's being celebrated on Sunday, the 17th of October. Bottomless Coffee Band, they are here and they are going to be performing for us throughout the morning, but it's now that time for us to quickly catch up with your morning headlines. Here's Tabiso.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Just before 7 o'clock here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we take a look at those news headlines. We start off here at home in South Africa. The Department of Health says that people battling to access vaccination certificates should call the COVID-19 helpline. Many complain that the system doesn't recognize their details even though they have been fully vaccinated, and others struggle to sign in. Vaccination certificates are required to travel abroad, thereby avoiding a long quarantine period. And project manager Melanie Volmerans says that in some cases, the problem may be that the vaccination site did not ensure that the details were uploaded to the government's database. Meanwhile, members of the Special Task Force stormed the St. George's Conference Centre in Irene, Pretoria last night to rescue Defence Minister Thandi Modise, her Deputy Tabang Makwetla, and the Minister in the Presidency, Mondli Gungubele, after they had been held hostage by disgruntled military veterans. Police spokesperson Brigadier Vish Naidu says that 56 people were arrested and 3 were injured. The veterans blocked the entrance to the hotel as the officials attempted to leave, and their actions were allegedly because the meeting wasn't proceeding as planned and their grievances were not addressed. In international news, having made a career out of playing an explorer of the cosmos, William Shatner, alias Captain James T. Kirk of Star Trek fame, did it for real on Wednesday, becoming at the age of 90 the oldest person in space aboard a rocket ship flown by billionaire Jeff Bezos' company, that's Blue Origin. The all-civilian crew experienced a few minutes of weightlessness, some 106 kilometers above the Earth's surface, and an emotional Shatner said that the Bezos afterwards quoted, and I'd rather quote now, "What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine. I'm filled with emotion." And Ghana's Navy has foiled an attack on a fishing vessel in the Gulf of Guinea. Now, this happened some 170 kilometers from the Ghanaian coast when pirates in 2 speedboats attempted to board a tuna fishing boat. Now, the Navy patrol successfully intervened and there were no casualties. Ghana's Navy recently doubled its patrols to deal with a growing number of pirates' attacks, as the Gulf of Guinea is considered one of the most dangerous places in the world when it comes to piracy. And next, only 11, but he's gunning to become chess's youngest grandmaster ever. Tani Tolua, Tani Adewumi, has accomplished much in his 11 years. In 2017, he and his family fled their native Nigerian, fearing Boko Haram. Of course, now, a mere 2 years later, Tani has backed the New York State Chess Championship, a victory that has changed his family's lives forever. Because since Tani has been on a blitz, earlier in the year, he became a national master and is now on a quest to become the game's youngest grandmaster ever. How dedicated is he? Well, that's the question. He usually does practice some 7 hours a day, but it isn't unusual for him to be glued to a board for 9 or 10 hours instead. And this is what he said: "Chess is everything to me. It's my life. That's how we came to where we are today. No matter where his chess career takes him, he'll always have his family right behind him, cheering on him." Tani's father tried to describe how proud he was, and he said that when I'm watching him play, it's like my chest wants to burst out until it can be free. What a feel-good story, and that's where we leave it for now. Here's a look at what's happening in sports.
Thank you so much, Teresa. Well, putting their pieces back in play this weekend. Cape Town City will kick off the weekend's local footballing action when they travel to newcomers Sekhukhune United, and that's tomorrow. Then City have just won 1 from the 5 games so far this season, so a disastrous start, while their opponents are 2 places and 2 points above them on the table. Then Kaizer Chiefs, they start their match against Chippa United in 12th place on the log, in a match that will see Gavin Hunt face his former employers. Then SuperSport can move to within 1 point of the current league leaders on fire at the moment, Mamelodi Sundowns. That's if they beat Baroka, and Swallows will be hosting Stellenbosch in the only game on Sunday. A little further afield, Man United travel to Leicester in the pick of the weekend's Premier League action. So United will be looking to extend their unbeaten away record in the league to 30 matches now. The Foxes, meanwhile, have underperformed in the opening stages of the season with just 2 victories so far. Then second place, Liverpool are away to Watford, who will have a legend, Claudio Ranieri, in the dugout for the first time since he joined the club earlier this month. The Man City are at home to Burnley, a team they have beaten 5-0 4 times in a row at home. That sends a message. Then our league leaders, Chelsea, they'll travel to Brentford, while on Sunday, Arsenal, Spurs, Everton, all in action. Then on to rugby. The South African franchises will be hoping to build on the positive turnaround last weekend after 3 of the 4 teams went unbeaten. The Stormers and Lions, they're in action tonight as they take on the Dragons and Ulster, respectively. The Cape side drew 20-all against Edinburgh in a thriller, while Ivan van Rooyen's side, they were the only SA team to lose last time out, going down 13-9 against the Warriors in a very narrow one. The Bulls, they've got the experience of Mornay Steyn to lean on once again, as he's now joined up with the team this week. They'll face Edinburgh, while then, of course, the Sharks take on Cardiff tomorrow as well. Then on to cricket, 3-time champions, the Chennai Super Kings. They have been the team to beat undoubtedly in this year's tournament, and they were the first, in fact, to qualify for the IPL final. Calcutta, meanwhile, they resumed the tournament 7th out of the 8 teams, but they have miraculously gone on to win 5 out of the 6 matches to book their spot in the playoffs. And they made it to the showpiece with the last gasp win against the Delhi Capitals. The match will also pit 2 legends, MS Dhoni against Owen Morgan, who between them have won pretty much everything. Morgan leading England to victory in the 2019 50-over World Cup, while Dhoni oversaw India's T20 World Cup win in 2007, as well as their 50-over triumph 4 years later. So expect the big hitting fireworks. But that's where we leave our sport for this hour. We'll do it again at 8. Right now, let's get a weather perspective and some of those temperatures here in SA.
Thank you so much, G, for that sports update. Now, in the 6 a.m. news and weather report, we learned of Singapore's building of a forest town. Well, here in the mother city, Dogon Properties has announced the building of a 24-story building, the Fynbos, set to be the first biophilic development of its kind in Africa. The outside will be planted with 30 species of trees and 20 species of shrubs, all 100% indigenous to the Cape. The schematic for how the plants are placed across the structure will follow the work in situ example of Table Mountain, with trees at the base and lower profile shrubs and cascading plants towards the top. A sophisticated rainwater harvesting system will also be integrated into the balcony design. Integrated PV solar panels will be utilizing the maximum coverage allowed by the building's footprint and generate double the electricity quota needed to power the common areas. We are certainly loving all these green initiatives to look after the environment. We definitely want to continue being able to enjoy the clear skies and sunrises in years to come. And looking at our skies this morning, Rita Antoinette Beidenhorst shared this lovely and cloudy view overlooking the ocean in her area, as well as Vincent Lutuli also shared this brilliant, bright, silhouetted image of the sun coming up over the horizon. We love seeing it, so keep sharing it with us on our social media platforms. But right now, here is a second look at the temperatures for today on this Friday. For you, Polokwane, if you're out and about, do expect a low of 16. That will peak at 32. If you find yourself in Umbombela, do expect a range of 18 to 32 as well. Sunshine is coming your way, Pretoria, with a minimum of 18 and a maximum of 33, as well as Johannesburg can expect a minimum of 17 that will peak at 30. Mahikeng, for you, it is 18.36. Klerksdorp as well, coming through with a low of 16 and a high of 36. Kimberley, your temperatures range from 11 to 34, as well as Bloemfontein can be seen with a minimum of 12 and a maximum of 34. Richards Bay, sunshine is also coming your way with a low of 21, peaking at 33. Pietermaritzburg 15.33, and if you do find yourself in South Africa's playground today, do expect a minimum of 20 and a maximum of 24. Mthatha 13.27, East London for you it is 14.21, and Craddock can be seen with a low of 9, peaking at 31. Gqeberha for you it is 13.21, George partly cloudy conditions ranging from 9 to 19. The mother city Cape Town do expect a 25% chance of rain today, and your minimum is 10 with a maximum maximum of 18. Worcester as well, rain is coming your way, ranging from 6 to 19. Sutherland, 0, 14. And then last but definitely not least, Uppington ranges from 9 to 28. Well, that is where I leave your weather here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Maynard, it's a juicy kaboom!
Kaboom! Boom! That's what you want.
Yes.
That's what you want right
This
there.
one.
So over the past 6 weeks, the juicy kaboom!
Yeah, I heard it.
Kaboom!
I heard it.
It's there. The energy has been booming in studio with Maynard's as we've celebrated their mouth-watering range of fruity gums, jellies. Oh, we love them all.
Oh, yes.
Of course, hosting our larger-than-life competition where one lucky contestant stands the chance of winning up to $3,000 in cash.
This could be yours. All good things have to come to an end, and this morning we will be joined by our... Yo, this is so sad, hold on. It's our last quarter. We're going to be fine, though. We're going to make it count. So, time really does fly, and when you're having fun, it is going to have to happen on this particular table. So, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's quickly recap this week's competition question, and that was, this week we asked you to tell us why you deserve to win a juicy Maynard's hamper.
And Rose Lacoste had this to say on Facebook, hashtag Expresso Show, I deserve to win a Maynard's hamper because I want to share the hamper with my kids. Oh, you went there, Rose. Underhanded tactics, eh?
Yeah.
Using children and
Heartstrings.
animals.
Bing,
Come
bing, bing,
on,
bing.
man. Well, we've got the gorgeous Rose on the line right now, and we are eager for her to win a big cash prize with us. Rose, a very good morning. You look ready for the challenge. Let's explain to you how the game is going to work.
All right, so Rose, first and foremost, you need to take a deep breath. Secondly, you're going to select which bucket we should aim for in order to win a prize. Go for 3,000. Then we're going to take a turn at throwing the ball into your selected bucket in order to secure your cash prize, 3,000. Once the ball lands in a bucket, 3,000. You stand a chance to win one of those following cash prizes. We're talking about 500 Rand, 1,500 Rand, and
3,000.
There we go, and a Maynard's hamper. So, however, if we land in a booby trap bucket, you will still receive a Maynard's hamper, but we'll have to do a quick challenge, and the challenges have been weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
Might see him sing, dance. Anything is going to happen. So, Rose,
Strange.
you've got an important decision to make. You've got to decide which of us you want to be your official ball thrower. I'm good at this game. I won't lie. I back myself. Card is good. I'm better. Who do you want to choose? Great. Come on, I've got to try reverse psychology next time.
So
No, Rose,
Yes.
you're in good hands.
Oh, that's great.
He's low to the bucket
I'm
trajectory.
lower, so it works for me. You know what I'm saying?
That he's going to give it everything he can. Now,
I will. Whatever.
You've got to decide which bucket you want to go for. 3,000. Which bucket do you want to go for?
3,000.
3,000. Go for the 3,000. 3,000 it is!
Okay. Are we
All right,
ready?
buddy. Okay, so you've got a 3,000 there.
Oh,
you've
just
got a
they all spread
3,000
out.
there.
Okay, let's see if we can do this.
Come on,
Wish me
Carl.
luck. Right, are we ready to go?
Send some positive
Rose,
energy.
are you ready? Give me a countdown to something, Rose. Go for
Rose,
it.
give us a 3, 2, 1. Oh, she's going to go.
3, 2, 1.
Do it, son.
Go, my kid.
Oh, he's going for the bounce. Oh, come on.
Almost there.
He's going for the patented bounce technique. A bit more oomph in it.
Ooh.
A bit more oomph.
Almost
and you've
there.
got this, buddy.
Almost there. Here we go.
He's
It's
got a
happening.
whole bucket of balls with your name on it.
It's a juicy kaboom!
It's a juicy kaboom!
Look
Yes.
at that.
Yes.
3,000. We said it about 50 times during that whole build-up.
3,000.
3,000. And it's all yours. Rose, how do you feel? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mwah.
What are you going to spend the 3,000 Rand on? Presumably your kids.
I'm going to buy a new fridge.
Oh, nice. Well, I suppose that
Because
does
now
benefit the
in
kids.
summer, we don't have a fridge, so it's gonna go straight to the fridge. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Kurt.
man, that's
And
wonderful.
thank
I'm
you
so
very much.
glad.
Good morning, Expresso Show.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you, Rose.
Rose, we love you. Rose. Come back.
I love you.
Rose.
The best smile ever as well, eh, Rose?
Beautiful
She was
smile,
3,000.
beautiful human being, and now she's got a beautiful 3,000
Yes,
in
3,000.
her bank account. Well, see.
Yeah, remember to always make it juicy, make it fruity, and to make it a Maynard's hashtag juicy.
It's a juicy kaboom!
Day 3,000.
Maynard. It's a juicy kaboom!
Join Expresso this spring to stand a chance of winning a 4,000 Rand Clascon voucher weekly as we ask how you color your life. Is it the cherry red in your ride, maybe the burst of new blues from your garden, or the sunsets and seascapes of a favorite getaway? Well, answer our weekly social media question and find the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Then color your life with 4,000 Rand paint vouchers to be won all spring on Expresso.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso live here on S3. It's a beautiful Friday morning.
It is.
And World Garden Day is about celebrating all of our green spaces, indoor and out. Now, I know that there was a time when, young adults were afraid to put down roots. It was quite intimidating. But now it seems that all we want to do is just, plant some plants. That's it. And flowers, of course, as well. And veggies. And in fact, some plant lovers go as far as calling themselves plant parents. Kameen van Zyl is one of them, and van Zyl. She's one of them. She joins us now on your Feel Good Breakfast Show to tell us all about her love for plants on this beautiful special day. You look stunning. I mean, I'm here for everything that you embrace about plants. So good for you to join us this morning.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
I love this.
It's great.
I actually feel like I have FOMO right now because I'm probably the only one in studio that's not a plant mom. Are you a plant dad?
Yes, I am.
Don't you have anything?
I do not have anything. We have a garden outside of our complex, which is great.
Like a lawn,
we have a lawn.
It counts.
It does count. Does that count? Does that make me a bit of a...
A what?
A lawn.
A lawn, like
a bit of a green
yeah,
patch. That
sort of, but not really. Not
okay,
really.
so maybe then explain
You can't
in your
really
own
use
words.
grass.
Okay,
But we'll work on it.
Okay, then explain, because now clearly I'm not one. Explain in your own words what it is mean to be a plant parent and what is plant parenthood all about.
So a plant parent, basically a plant parent is if you just have a few plants that you look at, look after.
Okay.
So a few house plants especially.
Yeah.
And basically it's the same thing as looking after your children. Or I don't know if you have children.
It's the same as looking after Luca, basically.
Yeah, I can't afford to look after a plant as well. That is...
I must say, plants, they're really easy, actually. As soon as you find out what they like, you just have to spend time with them. And you can have literally the smallest plants. I promise you, as soon as you have one, you won't stop.
They'll keep
You would want to have another one and another one. And if you go to a market or any place, you really won't stop buying plants.
Always look out. No, but it's a fact, and it's true. I've seen this recently because I said earlier on that my partner's just moved to a new place and has bought 2 plants, and it's now 8 plants. And now we're learning all about the different types. Now there's 3 p.m. lilies, and I'm always getting pictures of, it's 3 p.m. Look at them blossoming, and look at this. It really is a bit of a commitment, and we're seeing people in cities specifically who are now really embracing this culture of being plant parents.
Yeah, the plants really get personality. Like as soon as you get to know them as well, you have them there for a bit. They're not like, okay, fishes also get personality, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's
But plants, really, you see them grow, you see through what stages they go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really, and you get to learn their names and everything, so, yeah.
Can I ask you this, right? This is really off the cuff. I just want to know. What sort of personalities do they adopt? Do they sort of emulate their mom and their dad, or so that they plant parents? So if you're like a voos parent, will your parents become like quite a, you know?
Yeah. Well, maybe it's like your dogs, eh? They say your dog is like you, like their boss. So yeah, I guess what attracts you probably says a lot about you, maybe.
Yeah.
You can definitely look at it that way. Yeah, and I think everything has a special story. Like this, I just need to show.
Yes.
This is my most recent one that I planted.
That looks beautiful.
This pot is actually very special. So planting also goes a lot about what you use, because you get excited about the whole cycle, you know?
It's an experience.
Yeah, so we went on leave this holiday to New Bethesda, and the one person there, so there's agave plants, and you make tequila of the agave plants, and this is from the agave plant. So it's actually not from South Africa, not an indigenous plant, so I don't really like them that much.
Oh, wow.
And now it's so nice to see how they use them actually when they cut them down.
Of course, because look at that.
So everything gets special.
This is
and gets a story, and then you have another feeling about it.
Oh,
I mean, clearly you can see you're so passionate. That is why your plants are so beautiful, because you have a beautiful energy. Thank you so much for teaching us all about the plants, but also getting us excited for Garden Day that's taking place this Sunday. And thank you so much for joining us on the couch this morning.
Thank you so much.
And also, all of your plants are lucky to have you as a mom. Let's be honest. I want to have you around me all the time, and I'm sure they feel the same.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it's time to get back into the kitchen for more inspiration from the garden.
You know, all of the garden stuff has planted a seed with me. I feel like I need to appreciate the garden. And, of course, there's no better way to do this than a lovely picnic and turning a veg into something different. Take a look.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Elite quality, elite taste, elite texture.
Made with love by Clover.
So when it comes to the art of crafting, Clover Elite Cheese takes the award for its 5-step crafting process to produce elite quality, taste and textured everyday cheese. And as we celebrate Garden Day this weekend, we show you how to turn a humble veg into a pizza. And don't believe me, all right? Don't believe me right now. Just watch. And when it comes to cheese, we have the perfect chef in the kitchen to show you how. Hello, Michaela.
Hello, Cole.
Hi.
You meant that because I'm cheesy,
You're
eh?
so cheesy,
That's
and I
why
like
put
it.
you and I together.
That's the thing, because you and I are both cheesy, so let's
Dad
do
jokes
this.
of doom.
Okay, we are about to do it today. Let's talk about this beautiful veg you have here, a zucchini. Now, I would actually use a courgette, but you used the zucchini today, so that's fine.
It's the same thing.
I know, man. Or a marrow. I'd use a marrow rather. No?
And isn't there a fourth one?
There's got to be. I know, like some of these veg have like a number of them, right? So
aubergine.
Yes, eggplant.
Yes.
And WhatsApp emoji.
Brinjal.
What? Brinjal. Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. So what we're doing? So we're just going to do. So we are chopping off the top bit and the bottom bit. And the ends, yep. And then we are creating a nice platform on which to put juicy yumminess and beautifulness, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And you were very amped to make these vegan earlier.
I was.
So...
Okay, no, because I also want to be cognizant of the vegan viewer like you.
Oh, look
so
at
if
you using
are,
big words.
You can do some soy mince, right? Or you can do some lentil. And I'm thinking you can do some vegan cheese over here.
Yes.
Which would also work, because I've seen those, and there are so many sockets of it, and it's actually delicious, texturally sound, so I think it's perfect. Just thought I'd throw that in there so we cover the vegan things.
Yes.
And for a more meaty thing, why don't you remove the cheese and add more mince?
I mean, I'd rather like remove the mince and add more cheese. That's just my thinking.
Yeah. So you're doing an art here, which is you are coring out the zucchini.
So that there's more of a center to actually put fillings in. Otherwise, we're going to have a situation where it all just like runs off.
All right, so just to kind of recap what we have here, we got some cheese, we got some mince, we have these beautiful zucchinis, sorry, courgettes, excuse me, baby marrows, and then we also have, what is that, tomato sauce?
Tea sauce.
Oh, tea sauce.
Tea sauce.
And then, of course, we have all of the traditional pizza spices. I'm assuming oregano is going to be in there somewhere.
Italian herbs.
Italian herbs and salt and pepper and maybe some chili flakes. And, oh, it's looking good so far. The 5...
Can I pass it to you?
Yes, you may. Thank you. What do I do with it?
Now you put your cheese on the
Okay,
mince
cool.
on.
I'm just going to add the cheese.
What are you going to do with
I
this?
was going to tell you some amazing things. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you some great things.
Is it about the product or are you just going to talk rubbish?
I might talk rubbish.
Okay.
But just hear me out for a second, okay? Just while I put the cheese on. Now, I just want to let you know that the 5-step crafting process consists of the finest milk selection, completely pasteurized, and I can tell you it's going to be beautiful for quality, curd, crafting for texture, precise maturation for taste, and clean packing for protection. This is not nonsense. This is the truth. This is the reason that Clover's Elite Cheese is superior in quality, taste, and texture. And this recipe, it does really make for something really special, all right? It makes use of the humble zucchini, but at the same time, it adds some of these gorgeous flavors that we know and we love. So I'm just gonna add your mince
You were
in here as
spitting
well.
facts?
I was spitting facts, right? That's what I
were.
do here. And also the cheeses we've chosen, I mean, you can mix and match, but of course we wanna go
Tusses and
traditional.
cheddar.
We wanna go mozzarella and cheddar, or not?
Isn't that Tusses?
Well, who knows?
You can know, because
Yes.
mozzarella would be more clumpy than that.
Okay, so this
Because
is
it's a softer cheese.
beautiful. Well, look
Yeah.
at that. This is gorgeous. Thank you. And now you can make this, and I think this is great because you've got the kids around and they want to do something awesome in the kitchen. This is what you do. You do like a nice conveyor belt, and the one does one thing, the one does the other thing, and you churn these things out. And then thereafter, I just want to fast track this thing. Where are we going after this? We've got a baking tray, so we have to go into the oven.
You cook it in the oven until they are soft, but not too soft, because
All
you
right.
don't want them to like fall apart. You need the zucchini to be cooked, but because we've already scraped out the innards,
Yes, I got you.
yeah, it won't have to go for that long.
That's
I just
cool.
thought of like a very like dark situation of me when I said scraping out the innards.
I know.
Anyway.
I can.
Did
I
you
can
also
tell.
go
I
there?
went there. I went straight to 31st of October. I don't know why. I went straight there, like the finger edition. But okay, we won't do that. What we will say to you is that this is easy. It's amazing, and a humble zucchini can become something so much more. So go to expressoshow.com, get the ingredients, give it a try. And if you missed out on our steps as we cheesy people in the kitchen, here's a recap. What do you have next? What's that?
You didn't even do anything.
I did.
Made with love by Clover. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, we are feeling green. We are feeling the love of color. In fact, it's time to color your life with Plascon. We asked you beautiful peeps at home to tell us what is the first thing in the house you would change if you won the 4,000 Rand Plascon voucher that's up for grabs. Before we find out who our lucky winner is this morning, let's take a look at some of what you guys had to say. Some great entrants.
Some really great ones. I'm going to start off with this one from Alison Smith that says, I would change the color of all the interior walls. With 2 young kids and the lockdown, the walls definitely need it. Like they say, a change is as good as a holiday. I hear you, Alison.
It's gotten to the point, Alison, where I've actually kept some of Jack's motifs on the wall as like a decal because it's just so cute. Then we had Lucy Magagula saying, I would change the sitting room color first. I bought the current paint because it was cheap and didn't have enough money to buy what I love at that moment. Well, maybe you keep trying. We might be able to help you there.
There we go. And then Nolene Osborne says, my bedroom. I need this escape where I rest and relax to be as calming as possible. That is my opinion. Start with the walls. I will add a calming grey or sky blue paint. My decor will be ocean themed, and I can just imagine that
Hey, that's almost I love that. Well, it is time to reveal who our ultimate lucky winner is. Can we get a drum roll, please? A heartfelt massive God Day. Congratulations to Roshana Meyer. Congratulations, Roshana. Let's take a look at her comment.
She said, my lounge, the colour on the walls was white. Now it's a dirty cream yellow.
Oh, let's see what we can do about that. We've got the gorgeous Roshana on the line right now. A very good morning, Roshana. How are you?
Good morning, I'm well. Thank you. And you?
We are very good. All the better for making you a winner this morning. Congratulations. 4,000 Rands worth of Plascon is on its way to you. How does that make you feel?
Thank you very much. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Oh, I can imagine how happy you must be. So what are you going to plan to do with your 4,000 Rand Plascon voucher?
Well, I'm busy renovating my house, so this comes in handy for me now.
Oh, very handy.
A new color.
Oh, I love that. What color are you going to go for? I know you said your white had turned to a slight, like a dirty yellow, which happens over time, but now you can refresh probably your whole home in terms of color. What's your color for summer?
Okay, the color for summer is I want grey in my lounge.
I love that.
Grey's always a winner.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's classic, and it can be yours now because you've got 4,000 Rands worth of Plascon voucher headed your way. Roshana, a very hearty congratulations from us. Enjoy your renovations from this point on.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, so lucky.
Yay.
Winning 4,000 Rand in
a lot of pain.
Plascon vouchers. Now, for all of our viewers watching at home and you're wondering, how can I stand a chance to win a 4,000 Rand Plascon voucher? Well, all you have to do is reply to the competition post that's on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram and tell us what would your dream color palette be for your home. And don't forget to include that hashtag, the Plascon Lifestyle. And the competition closes on Tuesday, the 19th of October at midnight. And there are some T's and C's that apply, and those can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. So make sure you get entering.
It is time to give you some, it's Garden Day, right? Garden Day? Yeah. Entertainment on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And these guys are absolutely phenomenal. They're going to give you a song that is inspired by you getting lost and you being young in your garden. And that's why the Bottomless Coffee Band have called this song Jonk en Verlore. Enjoy.
Daar is gange in jou kop, ek ken dit. Elke hoek en draai het ek ontdek. Die kastele in jou hartse kamers is soms verlig, soms toegetrek. Ek droom van langs strande, jy droom van groot stede. Ons ken mekaar sit diep by duister, lag en luister ons klein wêreld ons rusplek. Ons bou mekaar en breek mekaar deur al die skree net jy. Toe ek jou gevang het jare terug, was ons nog vry. Wat as ons net alles los, ons goed oppak en ry, 'n avontuur gaan soek. Jonk en verlore, nes in die ou dae, nes in die ou dae, jonk en verlore.
Daar is plekke in die wêreld waar ons was, elke stad is deel van jou. Die wysies binne my kom uit soos branders, kan ons ligkastele bou. Ek droom van lang strande, jy droom van groot stede.
Ons ken mekaar se diep en duister, lag en luister, ons klein wêreld, ons rusplek. Mekaar en breek mekaar deur al die skree met jy. Toe ek jou gevang het jare terug, was ons nog vry. Wat as ons net alles los, ons goed oppak en ry, 'n avontuur gaan soek. Jonk en verlore, nes in die ou dae, nes in die ou dae, jonk en verlore. Wat as ons net alles los, ons goed oppak en ry. Wat as ons net alles los, ons goed oppak en ry. Wat as ons net alles los, ons goed oppak en ry.
Avontuur gaan soek.
Jonk en verlore, nes in die ou dae, nes in die ou dae, jonk en verlore.
Yeah! Oh my word! Gee whiz! Oh, you won't believe this, that I finished my coffee and another one is poured. It's like it's bottomless. Anyway, they'll be back with another 2 performances on your Feel Good Breakfast show just to kind of wake you up. And remember, Garden Day coming up on Sunday. It is fantastic. It's hard to contain yourself, and we get it. It's your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show. Hope you're feeling good because it's elevating here on the S3. Now, here's the thing. One of the benefits of having a garden is being able to grow your own crops and eat them. How's that? And of course, even if you don't want to have your own garden, or if you don't have your own garden, you can still enjoy a refreshing salad on Garden Day this Sunday. And we're joined this morning by award-winning chef and cookbook author of The Lazy Makoti, Makhao Seshweni, to show us all about how you can bring to life an easy sorghum rainbow salad recipe. One of my favorites in the kitchen. The Lazy Makoti, how's it going?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
I'm so good. The last time I saw you, we were dancing. Twang, twang, twang.
We were.
Kiri limone, kiri ngwana wina di awati. But today, you're here, back again, sorghum. It's all I'm talking about. Salad. This is fantastic.
Super easy to make, very colorful, perfect for the summer.
Yes, it is. And you're perfectly timed, I suppose, for the season, but also perfectly tying in with our Garden Day theme. So tell me what you've got here.
So in here is just some sorghum that we soaked and then cooked, and then all these delicious vegetables, and of course some herbs that you hopefully grow yourself.
So tell me how you cook the sorghum. Let's start there. So you obviously like boiled it. And
so
what
you
else
soak it first, and that increases the cooking time. So it makes it cook faster after you soaked it. Think Samp.
This is fantastic because my thing in my head, I'm like, you're going to be having to dedicate 2 days to getting this recipe done. So I suppose you've come up with like a really quick and convenient way to really make it happen a lot quicker. So, okay, cool. So now you've got your sorghum in there, your tomatoes being sort of sliced up and going in.
And the other thing I love about the salad is you can add whatever, carrots, make it as colorful as you want. It's looking beautiful. The perfect thing to have on Garden Day, actually.
But also really, I mean, the thing about like whatever food you're making during this season is color becomes so much more important. And I think, especially around this time of the season or of the year, we're starting to see a lot of, the vegetables, the fruits coming into season, which is really great.
I also love that you can get the kids to help you out with the salad. They can decide what ingredients they like. And it's colorful and it encourages them to like also have it as well.
And it's great. One of the things that I really do appreciate so much about you, the Lazy Makoti, is that you really do bring the essence of a lazy Makoti to life. I think that all of your recipes, yes, they're wholesome. They're great. Even in your book, I mean, I've been inspired so much by just going through that experience. But it's about finding those really quick and easy ways to bring the most incredible meals to life.
Exactly. You don't have to spend hours and hours in the kitchen. You can still make it really quick, really easy, but still just as delicious.
So you and I were joking earlier on, and I asked, so does your husband enjoy all of your food out of your recipe book? Is this where we drop a bomb on everybody, or should I just keep it to myself?
Let's drop the bomb. Might as well.
So you actually haven't got a husband?
No, I'm not married. I know there's a lot of confusion because I call myself the Lazy Makoti.
I thought that's how I was born. I thought that your mother-in-law thought, you are so lazy. You are a lazy Makoti. And you thought, well, let's create a business out of it.
No. So how it started is a friend of mine was going to get married and she had those fears that she would be called the Lazy Makoti. That's how the name happened.
Oh, what? And then you were like, girl, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to make sure that you get in there. Yes, you're lazy, yes, but you're still going to make things happen.
I was there for her.
So the cheese has gone in there.
Yeah,
We've got
the
some
feta.
cucumber cubes that have gone in there. The feta is the cheese, yes. And I guess, like you said, you really could add whatever else you liked. If you're the type of person who likes pineapple, for example, I mean, I'm seeing that yellow magic
that would
going
be
in.
beautiful.
Right?
Even some corn. Would be perfect. So get as much color in there. Color also means nutrients. So get all your veggies in there.
It's all about getting the nutrients in, but without compromising on the taste. This is really flavorful and nice. And really, if you're the type of person who's got those flavorful sauces and all of that, maybe throw them in as like your drizzle or whatever it is that you want to do.
And very filling. That's the other thing I like about the salad. You can just have it on its own, and it's super filling, super delicious.
I love you for it. And if you want the recipe, we've made this super simple for you. Go on our website. It's expressoshow.com. On there, you will find the recipe as well as all the different ingredients that it's going to take. I'm going to move over because this is what the final product looks like. So perfect for Garden Day. You almost don't want to eat this. You want to take lots and lots of pictures of it because,
Instagram it. Hashtag Garden Day SA.
Hashtag Garden Day SA. Hashtag the Lazy Makoti. Hashtag Expresso Show. Maybe do this over the weekend and show us how your inspiration has unfolded. I'd love to see it. Thank you so much for this. I'm going to dish up later. Thank you. Put it here. Boom. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Thought that was smooth? It wasn't. Nothing smoother than a sip of Tropica on a Friday to welcome in the weekend, baby. And then, of course, throw in a happy dance and you're set for a smooth weekend. Now, speaking of dancing, is it even a Friday without a dance or a little dance showdown, a challenge? And today's dance challenge is in lieu of Garden Day that we're going to be celebrating. Well, we're obviously celebrating it on the show today, but it's officially headed our way on Sunday. So we present you with the Tropica Smooth or Not Smooth Rain Dance Challenge. We all know that rain is essential in helping our gardens bloom, and during times of drought, rain dances are often performed to increase the possibility of rain. So here's how today's Tropica Smooth or Not Smooth Rain Dance Challenge will go down. Each of our two competitors will have 30 seconds to give us their best rain dance performance. It's not just in the movement, it's what you embody. I want water to be streaming down outside, even in our studio, by the time you are finished with this dance challenge.
Wow.
Okay, and then, of course, you guys at home are going to help vote and decide who our ultimate smooth rain dance champion is.
I feel like I should have been hosting this because you're the perfect person to be able to do this dance.
I know, but I've got no love in my heart. Without my kids at home, I've got nothing left.
Wow,
I've got nothing left. So I need you to cheer me up this morning, okay? You are both phenomenal dancers, expressionist dancers, okay?
Expression.
Because you really do. You make us feel. All right, Carl.
Right.
Okay? It needs to rain. There's a drought, man.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, and I need you, my friend, to stand up.
No, it's Jamie's. Jamie said that she wants to go. I want to be a gentleman. I don't want to leave my manners at home.
He's close to you. He's asking you to go first.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Do you want to go first or do you want Carl to go first, being the lady?
Oh, wow, really? I'm kidding. I knew it.
All right, buddy. You've got this.
Sorry, excuse me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let it rain. Is it raining outside? I think it's raining. That was spectacular. That was amazing.
Sorry, it's just that...
Even if it's not raining outside, it's raining in my heart right now.
I don't know what happened. I blacked out. What happened? Just...
How do I compete with that? I mean, that was an entire musical performance. There was singing, there was emotion.
There was a giant protea involved.
That's correct.
All right, you're going to do this. No, you've got this.
Do I have to?
I just want to let you know that, let me just tell you what's not off the table. Twerking and the splits could actually bring rain. I'm letting you know.
Certainly going to bring the thunder.
Oh, yes,
all right, Jamie Lee Domberg. Your music starts in 3, 2, 1. Sure. She's an African queen. She is. Yeah. Yeah. I think I felt the raindrop on my face.
Do you feel it? Do you feel it, guys?
I feel it.
That's our air conditioning's leaking.
I know, it's my scent for the rain. What?
Must be raining, man. Oh, that's gone down.
Yes! Yo, somebody call the artscape. Jamie Lee's here.
Jamie Domberg got fear of city. Come on.
3, 2, 1. Yo.
Sorry.
You,
do you have a towel? I'm all humble.
No, man. You went somewhere there.
Artscape, I felt like...
Yes.
You were in it,
something with the Artscape, yeah.
They actually called now. I want you to be a part of the performance, yes.
The way your wreath was quivering and just it was like rain was actually falling on it.
Thank you so
those
much,
were
Hughes.
two of
That's,
the most spectacular.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Bring in the
bearing
rain.
in
We're
mind,
making it
those
rain.
are probably the only two rain dances I've ever seen, but they were the best two rain dances I've seen. Smooth. Both of them were smooth. Who was smoother? Oh, man, there is a score to be settled. You guys are going to have to make the all-important decision. Go to our social media pages. Let us know who you think was today's Tropica Smooth Rain Dance Champion. Remember, it doesn't matter if you're on Team Smooth or not smooth when it comes to smooth moves on the dance floor. All you need to do is sip on a Tropica because there is nothing smoother.
Yeah, man.
The other day, Junior with the big hair went for a haircut. Smooth. Things were looking good until the power cut out.
Not smooth. But don't worry, he called it a half pineapple. I know it's a trend. Nothing smoother.
Tropica.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I think today should be dubbed Flower Crown Friday for every Friday going into summer. But you know what? This coming Sunday, it is Garden Day, and it's a day for you to really just surround yourself with all things green. And today, Chef Clem, he's not cooking something, but he is going to show us how to create our own flower crowns. And it's going to be a little bit of a Zoe versus Jamie type of thing, yes?
Okay.
And are we going to make crowns for the boys? Because they don't have crowns yet.
Yeah, they don't have, and I feel like they also deserve to have a crown on their head for this Friday. So, Chef Clem, teach us your ways inside.
Okay, so what I've done for you already, and I say I did this, but I didn't, someone else did it. They started actually working on the